a comment last week. Okay. Welcome everybody. I missed you. It's so nice to see some familiar faces. Viva la vida, always in the house. Chima, Devin, Chandra, Katrina, Zul. Hello everyone. I missed you last week. I'm so sorry we weren't able to get together. I was in the middle of launching a pop-up in New York. So I've been, as you can imagine, very busy, but I'm excited to tell you all about it. And I'm pumped to be able to have this chance in a busy day to like sink down into the bowls and with you guys in community. If I don't know you, my name is Jackie Cantwell. I'm a sound practitioner based in Brooklyn, New York. I'm reporting to you live from a very tiny room in my house that I call the Rip Room. And it's where I keep all of my instruments. Today, we're going to be listening to crystal singing bowls. And if you've never heard them before, they're amazing. They've changed my life truly and remarkably over the past 3 to 4 years. I have many different ones that come in different colors and textures and sheens that are all naturally occurring from gemstones or rare earths or precious metals. And they're all said to have different properties that are working on our bodies. But I won't get into that too much. I'll tell you what we're going to do today, and that is that we're going to do some really gentle guided breathing practices together, or some people call it breath work. And if you've never experienced any kind of practice like that, or you're saying, whoa, that sounds intense, I promise you it's not. I'm going to walk us through the whole thing. Breathing practices have an incredible ability to help us get rooted into the present moment, which makes it even easier for us to listen and sink into the sounds of the crystal bowls as they carry us away. So we'll do that first, and then we're going to enjoy a sound meditation to these 7 crystal singing bowls that I have. It'll be gently guided, and then we're going to just drop into the sound. So you'll have your own experience, and then I'll tell us when it's time to get out. We usually get out of here by 3:30, but I always start by celebrating ourselves. I really love to take a moment for us to share in community what the heck we got going on and what we want to shout ourselves out for. I know everybody's got a lot going on, and it's really easy to let time go by before you ever take a second to stop and pause and celebrate even some of the smaller things that are happening in our lives, triumphs with, healthy habits that we're trying to start, or ways that we've shown up for ourselves in communication or with boundaries, or in relationships, or maybe we've pushed ourselves to be a little bit more loving or more kind, or to show up for somebody meaningful in our life. All of these things are worth celebrating. So today, in the comments, I'd love for you to share something you want to celebrate about yourself. And to jump us off, I'll tell you that I really want to celebrate myself because I jumped into a project last minute. I shared a couple weeks ago that I launched a pop-up. It's called Sounds Nice. It's in New York. It's a place where you can come and do sound meditations, play with your voice, do drum stuff. But I've never worked this hard in my life. Like, I'm working tirelessly, and it feels so good. And I'm also relearning how to set boundaries for myself in ways like making sure I get outside, or making sure I don't miss a meditation, because I know how much it affects my mental health. So I want to celebrate the launch of the space, because it feels really major and massive. But I also want to celebrate myself for taking the time to have my own back so that I can remain healthy during this crazy process. So as some of these things come in, I'm going to read them. I hear a lot of comments on the Grateful Dead t-shirt. It's one of my favorite tees, so I'm so pumped that you like it. All right, Viva la Vida says, feeling so alive and grateful of my first infusion today. Wow, Viva, we're sending you so much love on that journey. Susie McWilliams, Spirit and Soul says, I have my first retreat. I'm running tomorrow, so excited. Congratulations. Patty Cakes says, love your energy. I love yours back, Patty Cakes. Martin says 30 days of Virgo. Cool. John Sequitur in the house says successful restart to live concerts in Boston. Ooh, the best. Thing Called Life says Grateful Dead shirt. Thank you so much. Jennifer says got a new beautiful apartment. Heck yeah. Martin Cabral 53 says taking time to heal myself. Left my job 2 months ago. I'm so happy you're taking that time. Jen Fuser says new apartment. Liz Williams says I lost 3 pounds this week eating more greens. Get them greens, baby. That Grace says, sounds nice. Yes, that's the name of the pop-up. It's called Sounds Nice NYC. Being able to exercise again, says Crunchy Mama. Some Feel Good Feel says, I want to celebrate myself for speaking up and sharing my truth. That's major. I love that one. Forecraft says, finally can afford therapy. I know therapy can be really tough to pay for, but it's well worth the money, especially if you're feeling like you need it. Sandy8 Namaste says, where is this place in NYC? It's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, off the Graham L stop. Lots of congratulations. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. Nima 515 says, info please. You guys just check out my IG page. You'll be able to find it there. I'm celebrating myself for purchasing a new car, says The Real B. Smith. ECAT59 says, I need to have my own back. You're my inspiration. I'm so glad to hear it. And just by saying that, you're starting to have your own back. Sorry, guys. Tubby Tobias says, launching my new website. That's amazing. Patty Cake says, love it. Celebrating new car. Okay, we have so many more. I'll read one more. Michaela77 says, I really want to celebrate myself because I've been able to be aware of being able to sit through some emotional trauma and come out on the other side. That's a great one to stop at because that is such a powerful statement. I think one thing that we're doing together every week is to take time to learn how to just sit and allow our bodies to feel the stuff that's coming up. Because when we are constantly rushing around and moving or suppressing emotions or not like giving ourselves that love, like the breath that we need to feel into what's going on, it can never pass, and it'll just continue to show up in different ways and in different forms and in different problems. So the most courageous thing that we can do when it comes to self-work in our own practice, I believe, is sitting in the shit, sitting in the feelings, letting your body know that you've got its back, feeling it until it's finished, and then moving forward. And you'll have to do it probably many times in many different ways, but this is the human experience. And so I love that you shared that. Thank you for sharing that. And for everybody else that's continuing to come in with these incredible shares, I want to let you know that the way that you guys show up every week and share in this chat is only causing a ripple effect. What I think is a ripple effect to all of our lives, which is that it's a leadership move because you're encouraging people to be real, to celebrate one another, to support each other, to like let people see into what's going on in our lives so that we can be in real community. So thank you for doing it for real. I think it's rare for people to show up online in this way, and I'm really grateful for you. So let's get started. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. What we're going to do is start with some breathing, but to do that, I'd love for you guys to just find a seat that I always like to call upright, but not uptight. So I'm sitting on a meditation cushion. You don't need nothing fancy. You can sit on the couch or in a chair with back support. But whenever you find your place of rest, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And once you close your eyes, just allowing the body to make any minor adjustments or settle into your seat. Knowing that at any time during our practice today, if you need to move or shake or stretch or get up, that's you. You gotta do you. There's no right way to do this stuff. And as you settle into your seat, noticing if your body begins to feel any different. Noticing the breath. You might find that as you bring your attention to your breath, you deepen it naturally. And in this moment, we're not judging how we feel or how our breath is. We're just allowing it to be. And together, to build this moment in community, we'll take a few deep breaths, and we'll start by exhaling all the air in our lungs on the count of 3 with an SH. 1, 2, 3. Big inhale into the belly, up into the chest, holding at the top, sipping in a bit more air, and exhaling. Inhale into the belly, up into the chest. This time noticing if your shoulders came up with that breath, and on the exhale, allowing them to melt down the back. Exhale. One more, inhaling into the belly, up into the chest, holding at the top, and exhaling. You can allow your breathing to return to normal. And with your eyes remaining closed, listen for this breathing practice that we're going to do. It's called the humming bee breath. And it's because we're actually going to make a sound on the exhale that sounds like a hum. It will sound like an inhale and an exhale until there's no air left. And what this is doing is it's activating the vagus nerve, which is located in our throat, that helps turn on that parasympathetic nervous system and helps us to cool down and relax and get out of fight or flight. And to start it, we will also exhale all the air in our lungs with an SH on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, and on the exhale, we're humming with our eyes and mouth closed. Inhale, humming with the mouth closed. 'air, inhaling and humming. 2 more, inhale, hum. Last one on your own. When you get to the bottom, big inhale. Slow, easy exhale. Inhale. And exhale. You can allow your breathing to return to normal. And with your eyes remaining closed, bringing your attention to the sound of the bowls. Settle in just the way it knows how to naturally. And taking a moment to call back in all of your energy from wherever else it is. From to-do list or relationships. Stories in your mind, reminding yourself that you deserve this moment of rest and calling back in all of your energy into the very present moment. As as you call back in this energy, imagining it as a white, clean light filling up your body with presence. Notice again your breath. See if you can intentionally lengthen your inhales and exhales. And know at any time during this practice, if you get lost or your mind gets caught up in some story or some loop, you can always bring your attention back to your breath and back to the sound of the bowls. I'll mind the time, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. get quieter, bringing your attention back into the space that you're in. Back to the sounds in the space that you're in, or that are coming in through my screen. Back to your body. Back to your breath, taking slow, easy inhales and exhales. Bringing your awareness back to the sensation of breathing and living. And pausing to practice a moment of gratitude for yourself for showing up for 30 minutes on a Thursday, to sit with yourself, to have your own back, to sit with whatever comes up. And finally, some gratitude for the community that we just sat in with hundreds of people from all over the world. And slowly, on your own time, with no rush at all, you can bring yourself back to the screen. Angelina says, my first time meditating with you, amazing, I needed this. Lots of thank yous in the house. I'm curious how everybody's feeling. If anybody ever has any questions about sound bowls or wants to work together one-on-one, you can find me at It's Jackie Cantwell. It's on the bottom of the screen. I love talking about this stuff. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. A lot of you guys asked about the pop-up, and you can find that on my page too. And then the most important thing you need to know is, if you don't know already, Chopra has an incredible app. It's relatively new. There's over 500 plus guided meditations. There's ways to learn about Ayurvedics, to focus on your life's purpose. And I also created a few tracks on there that you can find in the timers and music section. And I created different soundscapes for different times of the day. You'll hear my crystal singing bowls. You'll also hear shruti box and chimes and a bunch of other instruments that I have, like an ocean drum. So check that out. And if not, I'll see you next week. I'm sending you guys so much love. Thanks for being so real and for showing up in a real way. I'm grateful for this community and each of you. Have the best day.